I-voice note kagogo ithini? Sure mature. Ngiyazwa bathi abelungu kaMavis bafuna uMavis and they're gonna take you to jail. What happened? What happened? Because you mature, they call her mature, they call me Michelle mature. They say, hey, I heard they questioning you, the police are coming to you. Hey, what did you tell them? Mavis must make sure she's hiding where she is. How, Gogo? Oh, Gogo. You and then Gogo then start praying. Nation. Henderamende Jehovah, Henderendere Hapana, Hendurendere, Soze Bamtole, Hendurendere Jesu, O Simagade. How, Gogo? Gogo, you even invite God in this. Njani? I was like, I pray, but Gogo, you warrior, another warrior.
So hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This lady, I don't want to lie, she is actually very funny, but this is the lady from Mavis, the housekeeper who allegedly or who stole from her, and she has now come out to speak publicly about the whole situation. She explained a side of the story, went through what happened. She did a live for about an hour 30 minutes, but I just had to cut it. Now before we start, let me just say this, right? Sometimes it's better to just stay quiet than to explain yourself, because explaining yourself can backfire sometimes. Honestly, I feel like that's exactly what happened here. Some of the things she said probably shouldn't have been said, because it opened a whole new set of questions about employing illegal foreigners, accepting someone to work for you when you know they don't have the right papers, and so on. Also, some people have been saying that Mavis was overworked, underpaid, but here is what the lady had to say before we get into the rest of my commentary.
So let me tell you about Mavis' name. Hey, and she's trending. Hey, boy, girl. Even she almost stole the house. So, Mavis, she's young. I had a helper or a housekeeper when I was preparing for my wedding, who joined us when my second born was 4 months, right? She was from Lesotho, right? And I'm not gonna mention her name. So that helper we had, she was okay, and we did everything right with her, right? And then at least she would change. If she's not happy, she would change. Girl is no longer happy with what you said or did or with the environment. Then you would know, oh my gosh, what did I do? She wouldn't communicate, but she would change, and then I'd go to her and like, what's up? Are you good? Like, what's going on? So Mayfika, and then the wedding was done. When my daughter was, we're not judging, we listen, we don't judge. So when my second was 9 months, and then on the wedding, when we were getting married, she was 9 months. Boom, I got pregnant again. Manje, what are we gonna do? So I started a business where I was doing eggs. I was selling eggs. So I started selling eggs. I started that business. So I bought chickens. I bought chickens, and then I was like, okay, now I'm gonna be based at home now that I'm pregnant again. So I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but at least I have this person who's good. She was so good with my second born, and she loved her so much. But the problem with her, she was so rude to my first, She would make comments like, so all this other helper then was so rude to my daughter, and then I would talk to her, we try and solve it. Because she had a lisp. It's called a lisp or what? Kitete in Swahili. And my husband is not from Nigeria. But there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying. Lisp, yes, she had a lisp. So no, I didn't call Jenica stupid. I said, should just create something like, I said, stop it. And I'd be like, Jenica, did she say stop it or stupid? Like, she said I'm stupid, yabo. And then, okay, when I was heavily pregnant, the business was doing good for the eggs. So I said to her, can we discuss this thing of me that I'm almost due? It was June, I was giving birth in July or August, anytime, because I'm a C-section. They said anytime from end of July. Please, can you assist me with the chickens? I was cleaning the chickens. Even when I was pregnant, I was still cleaning like the coop 3 times a week. I would skip today, 4 times I think, because I was skipping a day and like that. And we had the plastic, so you just collect and put in a thingy and take it outside. So I asked her to do that because I cannot bend as I used to, but I'm gonna feed them, I'm gonna make sure the water is there and whatnot. And then she said, no, I can't. And then she said, no, I cannot help you with the chickens because I don't like the smell. I was like, is it about the smell, or you want me to add the money, which I don't mind? We can discuss that. How much am I gonna pay you for doing that extra job? She said it has nothing to do with the money, I just cannot. And then I was like, oh, okay, then does that mean I need to hire someone? And then she was like, yeah. And then my husband was in Tanzania by then, so we had to let go of her because she was scared. She would take the child without saying and go to the shops. Every Sunday she would go to the church the whole day. So sometimes you don't know if she's back or she's not. She would lock her room and doing funny things. So I told my husband, can we please pay her? And then she must leave ASAP because now I'm not feeling comfortable. And when she's taking the child, she tells my other daughter to not say because she took the child. And I cannot live like that in my house. You find, because I was pregnant, you find maybe I was watching TV and then I fall asleep. When I wake up, the child is not there. Where's the child? She took the child. So I said, I can't, because now we had an agreement after month end. So I think she's gonna have enough chance, to plan to do me dates. So I got happy. And then we paid her for a full month for her to leave ASAP. All right, back now, July. And then it was like, I think it was half month end. Yeah. Mind you, it's July. I do not have someone. I'm heavily pregnant. I'm waking up, taking these 2 to school. My husband is taking them to school. But like we're preparing and I'm used to help now, but there's no help anymore and I'm pregnant. So I was like, okay, I really need someone. I asked around. I checked on the thingy. Agencies, I think I never get they, because they usually say there's Lesotho and I was like, me na Lesotho, so I'm done, because I was like, this girl, I think I was still like, I don't want anything to do with them at that point, So, and then I talked to the lady that we working with, and then she said, okay, then I'm gonna ask my helper. And a lot of people, they're like, okay, then they're gonna ask their assistants. And then thank you, Penny. And then I did ask, they did tell me, okay, there's someone, she's from Zimbabwe, she just got here, I got my paper, and I was like, how is she? Oh, I did hold some interview. I'm an interview, people are saying I left because madam was saying I want her man. I was like, ooh, girl, I don't know about that, but why would your madam think that? People are coming with crazy story where they left their job and I was not happy with them. Also, my priority are my kids more than the house, So now, when I got Mavis, they were like, she's just from home and I got a paper, but you can just see if she can help you in the meantime. And then after birth, maybe when you've healed, maybe you're gonna look for someone if you're not happy with her. And I was saying, but who knows her? And then she said, no, my helper knows her, their family. And I was like, oh, okay, then if she's your helper and their family, then should anything happen, I'm going to talk to your helper. And then this lady's like, yeah, sure. And then we went to Wimpy. We sat with Mavis, we talked. She was so slender and very shy. And then Mavis, so you've done this before? No, but I have a child. I got a child when I finished matric. Oh, okay, so how do you feel now that I have these kids? And then she's like, no, it's fine, I love kids. And okay, we had a conversation. So my second born does not like people, but she's fine now. She used to not like people. She was getting along with her previous helper. And then anyone else, even like from G when we're going out for the party, no one would carry their child. She was not rude. She was just like, strangers, no, I don't do strangers. She was their child. Then when Mavis was there, my child did this to Mavis. And I was like, what? And then they had an interaction and she was laughing and I was like, she's the one, she's the one, she's the one. I've never had someone my child likes so much. And then I was like, okay, because we are tired, then let's talk. And then I told Mavis, because of my daughter, I'm gonna hire you, but we're gonna see. I'm not comfortable with you not having papers and whatnot, but we're gonna. She was 25. Well, that's what I know. No, she's in Zimbabwe though, but Ukashile because it's a lot. So Mavis, we stayed with her from 2023. I gave birth when Mavis was already there, and then I said to Mavis, okay, don't judge me for this. I don't have a personal connection with the newborns myself. So I said to Mavis, because this one I just gave birth to this one. She doesn't know me. I don't want this one to feel left out. My second, I don't want my second to feel left out. I want her to understand that I love her and you know. So please, you're gonna focus on this one who's just born because they don't know me anyway, and I don't breastfeed. Yeah, so because she was her favorite, Mavis would do anything. A mom of 4 4 beautiful babies. Just when I got Mavis Shem, I was almost giving birth. That's why I took her as a person who's really good for my kids. And the rest was like, okay, we're gonna sort it out with time. And then time flew. We're here now. And Mavis was more focused on the small one, and I was more focused on the one that already know me and understand me better. Yeah. And then we had a good relationship, Mavis, and she had a best relationship with the kids, respect. You know, those people will be talking with your husband and saying, ah, babe, come dish for yourself. She won't be saying, ah, madam, dish for your husband, you know. The other one would look at me like this when I'm telling my husband to come dish for himself. Like, hi, I'm also tired. I'm from work. I cooked. I'm pregnant. What? Because I cook for my kids, for my family. I cook. And then, Mavis never complained about the job. Uguti, it's a lot. Okay, we were renting the place by then. We moved. I sold the chickens and everything. We stopped the business because we had to move to another place. The home that we have now. We moved out. Mavis was there. I took out some clothes and I was like, okay, these things I'm no longer wearing. These things I'm going to be wearing. These things I'm keeping aside. Right? But because the wardrobe is small, this one I'm going to keep them here for now. And then my husband did the same thing. Right? So, and then we did the same thing also with the kids. Okay, these things are no longer fitting. Usually we keep the things, we don't give out things. This is abatwana. And then I tell my kids we need to go to orphanage. We'd go to orphanage and then they give out their own clothes to the orphanage. So that's how we were doing it. So I would take out izinto zabatwana and keep them for them to go and donate to the orphanage when we get time, or when it's Mandela, or any time. You know, we'll go mostly when it's that month of July. She took a lot of things. Okay, there was the lady that would come and assist her that I knew before Mavis, because she would come and assist me before I had a helper. When she knows me when we were still staying in a 1-bedroom, and then she would come home. She was also from Zimbabwe, and then that lady then was not staying with us, so she would come and assist, and I would call her to come and assist to Mavis also because the house is bigger and with the kids. Mavis, I want her to focus on the kids, and then that lady would come and when it's windows and those spring cleaning, and then I realized okay, with time I must just bring someone to come every now and then, at least once a week, and then that's what I was doing for Mavis. Someone is going to come once a week for her to rest, or Mavis wouldn't rest. And then I'm like, Mavis, and when do you rest? I said, I'm calling these people for you to rest. I told Mavis, yo, mina madam, I'd wake up at home around 4 a.m., see my simini, and it was a big space. Ukulima, language. So eti bebe lima, yabo. So she said they would wake up at 4, and then do it until 11, go cook breakfast, do whatever, and then work the whole day like in the house. And then at 5, when the sun is down, they go back again and work. So endlini, there's nothing much that she's doing, plus kids. My kids are not naughty not at all. When they're hungry, you cannot stand them. But the minute they eat, they sit and watch TV. They wouldn't even notice if you went out to the shop and came back, because they love TV that much. And if they go outside to play, they play together. They are united like that. Yes, she's in Zimbabwe now, in Gokwe. Her man took her, the boyfriend's name is Pearson, something like that. We have got his number in every. We got all the most of the 85 information. So I cannot say Ukuti Mavis was overworked when I was getting assistance for her, and she never complained about the work, and she was not cooking, and I don't know. With the money, I do not know, because she never also complained about the money, right? She never said anything about the money being too small. I don't know, maybe she was getting 4.5. Maybe she was, I don't know. You guys know better, but she never complained. And then Mavis, she never complained about anything. And then, the sister who was working for that lady that I know, who recommended her, got pregnant. When she got pregnant, then she stopped working. And then she was staying somewhere in town. And then, I don't know, I was doing what, and then I don't know how I found out that she's not working. So I said to Mavis, how are these people that I'm calling for you? They are strangers, I know. But like you guys, when you say, hey, please look for my mom for umsebenzi and whatnot, then I'd say, okay, then you can come assist to Mavis today. And then someone would come like that. Or when you meet me on the street, you're asking for a job. And I'm like, I don't have a job, but I will talk to my helper because I don't want to be bringing people kanjalo. I'd communicate with Mavis. Okay. Yo, uyabona. So I don't know. Yeah, people were saying it's underpayment because it's supposed to be 6,000 and whatnot. But Lamont is not using any transport, sleeping in, and I don't know. But yeah, you see, it's too small nowadays. We're not the same. For some, it's too small. For some who are getting way less, it's a lot. Or it should be. So these people, and then I said to Mavis, okay, why don't you work with your cousin? Because she's not working and she's got a child. I know how hard it is when you have a child and you're not working. So can your cousin come, and then when you work with your cousin, but only if you're going to be strict with her, because if I'm calling these people, it's for your assistant. So you get to be the boss and tell them what needs to be done. Me now, when I come back from work and then the windows are dirty, or the glass, the thingy, the sliding door is not clean, then I'm going to ask you, so that you understand that when I'm calling these people, it's for you to tell them to do things that you are not able to do, right? Okay. And then she understood the assignment, my darling, and then she said, no, I can talk to my cousin, she's good, okay. But she's looking after for a kid. Yeah, they go to school. There's only one who was born September, when she was already planning on leaving. Before, it was 3 kids and they were going to school. So, yeah, even if the money is too small, like I understand you guys where you're coming from with the money being too small, but communicate. Tell me the money is not enough. Because I understand her son had started going to school. Tell me, Uguti, no, because my son is going to school, can you raise my money not to wait for another year, or not to wait for, I don't know if you're planning on raising my money when, but can we do it now? Then we were going to talk about it. Okay, it's fine, then let's do it. if she had said, no, I'm going through 1, 2, 3, then it's okay for me to understand. I mean, I'm not that person who's gonna be harsh on her or hard on her. Oh, you are being ungrateful. Hey, hambala. No, I was not gonna do that. So she came with her cousin then. Her cousin would bring a child sometimes, and then I said to her, I'm not comfortable with you bringing a child. I know maybe it's gonna be a lot, but you have 1 day. And then when schools are closed, at least I know you can come twice. But if you have 1 day and then there's a child, for me, then I don't want to be, And about 1 day, it's 350. I told Mavis, 350 in a month, 4 times. That money is a lot for you to be nice to the people. Tell them, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do that, so that you are not left with lots of job. Ne? Okay, so our cousin came. I don't know if our cousin is 100% part of a mastermind or what is going on. But our cousin, fast forward now, after the case, we went to the police name. I opened the case and everything, and then they said no, then we need to go to the suspect, Ubani, or the cousin. And then she said they don't have a relationship anymore. Because when I called her on a Sunday, okay, this is how Mavis left. She was, from September when I gave birth, she said to me, because the baby is you just gave birth, can I not go on month end? Can I stay so that you can heal? Because it's C-section, you can heal, and then at least you're not gonna struggle with the kids when I'm not around. And I was like, are you for real? Are you for real, Mavis? She was like, yeah, it's fine, I don't have to go for an off. And I was so happy. And then in between, she said there's a funeral happening at home. She went. Okay, it's fine. She went on Tuesday. She's supposed to come back on when she went on Tuesday. She was supposed to come back the following week on Monday, because I get to the funeral. She said it's on Thursday, and then Saturday, Sunday should be on her way back, and then Monday she's gonna be back. And then on Monday, Mavis is not back. Mavis, Mukupi. Kids are going back to school, and it's not easy for me with a small baby. Why are you not communicating if you're not coming back? So I know if I need to call more people to come and assist, because I also still need to do other stuff. Yeah, well. And then, no, don't worry, I'm gonna be there before Friday. I was like, okay, maybe she's paying back for the days, but I was paying 500 extra for that, And then, okay. So she came back on Thursday. When she came back on Thursday, then she did not, I'm asking how was the funeral. Now I find out there was no funeral. She told the cousin that she wants a break. But she asked to stay longer. I would ask even my sister to come by, and then she'd be like, nah, it's fine, I'm gonna be good, So she was a always well girly girl. Thank you guys for answering, because I can't answer everything. Thank you so much. And then, so Mavis, after she went home, she went to her boyfriend. So I don't know what his spirit started when, but with the conversations we found, because the police told me I must take every, it's not enough, at least 5.7. Yeah, but she never complained. I understand you are complaining. You and I could have had a better conversation, knowing Uguti, you are not happy with what I'm giving you. Yabon, not her saying nothing about it. Stumza, I think I did great. With everyone I'm working with, I think generally I think I'm a good person. Maybe not nice, but good person, because I don't like disrespect. Maybe I'm not nice like that. But if she complains, also that's another thing. She was even blessed. If really it was her first time she's working in, and then she's getting a job, and she's not paying rent, she's not doing anything. Not saying she doesn't need to get more money because of not paying rent and whatnot, but I'm just saying good, So maybe she on Friday, She told me she's gonna be off in January. And then I said to her, oh, okay. That's when I said, she told me on Wednesday. And then I said to her, oh, okay. And then on Wednesday night, I talked to this mama who's been asking me for a job. Uguti, if you're available, please come on Friday, because Mavis is leaving on Friday. And then that mama said, sharp, she calls me Qibo. Okay, Qibo, I'm gonna come. She came. I told Mavis on Thursday, Uguti, someone is gonna come assist you. Please make sure, Uguti, you tell her what needs to be done. So Sunday when you come back, at least there's no ironing, there's no washing. If there's washing, Friday late and Saturday pair. But there's no any other stressful stuff that you can, because now I tell her, Uguti, stop working on a Sunday. And then ufake izinto emshinini Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, man. So I'd tell her, this is how you could work things out. And then, or maybe she was watching Netflix throughout, because she knew how to do her job with time. She would even put a timer, ends of 7 o'clock, and then she's done. She goes to the room and watch Netflix, or sits by the patio and watch Netflix, a movie, anything. She was free. And she respected the kids. When kids come back from school, if she's watching, she would switch off and let the kids watch. Like, she knew Uguti how to handle the kids. Not Umutu Zozuti, can they, like the other one, you would have to ask. Even my husband would come back from work and sit and wait for her to finish his game some, then she would watch. And then so Mavis was leaving on Friday then for her off. I left home around 8. I went to work, and something bad happened to me. I had to leave work and go back home. When I got home, it was around 9. No, man, it was around 10. Guess what? Around 9, the first Uber came. It's not even on the videos. The first Uber came and took 3 bags, because the bags are like 15, remember? And took 2 or 3 bags, and then that Uber left. And then maybe 10-20 minutes after I got there, I don't know how I got delayed, but maybe God was like, go home. And then I got delayed somewhere. And maybe it had to end like this for her, so she knows what she can't do this anymore. So I got home, I changed, but I stayed a few minutes, and then I left. When I left, boom, another Uber came. And then she told this lady they need to clean the garage. Oh, because we had a sip and see, so there was like decoration and stuff like that. So I said, if this lady comes, maybe clear the stuff in garage and it pack also. Unless you finish late with the windows. Okay. So I think they finished early, because the lady, then they went to the garage. Mavis took a child. We see her on the video taking the child, putting him this thing, your kitchen, and then they went to the garage to clean with a baby who's like 4 months, a dusty. Or maybe it's like she had lost that sensitivity and the motherhood in her. So after that, besebenza again with the child, and the child was sneezing, so they took the child back. Then the child is crying non-stop. This lady, she finished the garage and she was packing the thingy, and then she was, imagine it has this is like getting me angry actually. With this lady now, she was in a laundress, not far, the laundress this side and then the garage here. So lady, she's here in the laundry now doing ironing, because I need to, while you're ironing other stuff, the washing is doing the things. And then this lady, she had to go and check on the baby, and then ask her the milk and everything, and then she told her how to do everything, and then she was packing. And then she asked, Kandiwena, what are you doing? What are you packing, my darling? What Mavis? No, it's my stuff they gave me. They've been giving me stuff, and I was not collecting because I was not going for an off since they have a small baby, and manje, I'm taking my stuff. I'd say, oh, okay, all right. A garage, she said, the lady said she saw my husband's clothes being packed a garage. So I don't know how they ended up being there, because when we moved out, those kind of clothes, Mavis had already stolen them. But she said she thought we said we gave her the clothes. And I was like to Mavis, but how can you think so deep when it's fine, maybe my clothes, but my husband's clothes, you said you don't have a boyfriend, you never talked about having a brother that would use these clothes. You know, we have people that we could take it to church. You know, why are you taking like all his clothes? Or when my husband's brother had visited, and then my husband was like, okay, let's go check the clothes and give him. That's when we realized the clothes are not there. We have no idea when she took them. I think also that's when she realized that, guys, this lady doesn't know Mavis if they're meeting for the first time. Mavis knew we had cameras. I'm saying when she stole the stuff the first time, or maybe she's been taking small things and calling people to come and collect stuff, and we don't notice, and then she thought maybe the cameras are not working. But we were very careless, I must say. You guys made me realize. Even the police were like, what? You guys, how can you trust so much, trust someone so much? And that's when we realized that, oh, she really made us feel at home. And she was calling me Ma, guys. She was like, Ma. And I was feeling like, oh, my baby. And calling my husband Sam. Good evening, say. I'm joking. I was saying that to her. She would say good evening, say, and then I would say good evening, say. And then we'd just laugh it off. But not every day, you know. Yeah, I think she was so nice, so much. No, she will get arrested, but the sister is arrested, the cousin is arrested at the moment. And she thought she's got a child, and then she said the child needs her, and then they said no. The police said they're gonna take the child to orphanage if the parents don't want the child. The mother of this other lady, Michelle, she doesn't want her child, her grandson, and then they said I must take the child to the mother in jail. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I told the police, and then they took the child then to orphanage, but the child is good. So she's arrested because she doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah, there is progress. I think they were thinking maybe we're gonna back down when this one doesn't want to talk and say the child needs me, and then maybe they thought we're gonna say, oh, okay, and anyway you're not involved. In a messages, Mavis once said, I had a dream, I had forgotten some stuff. I don't want to make that mistake of leaving anything. And then I woke up in the morning, I checked under my bed. She had her own room. I checked under my bed, and then I found a toothpaste and a toothbrush and the soap, Yabodora. And then the cousin said, I was gonna collect it for you, my darling. So uyabona ukuthi she was part of a puzzle. And then that's when we realized that we cannot be feeling sorry for her, because why would I say to Mavis, let's help your cousin to work so that she's able to support her child, and then the cousin says, no, actually this lady is a fool for allowing us to be together. Let's be a destiny child, me, you, and the child, and then do something. She's arrested, the lady is arrested. So, and then you come and take advantage. In their messages, because the police said I must transfer all the messages to me, in their messages, she does have a bit of remorse. She's saying, but maybe you must talk to them and tell them, she might feel sorry for her. And then, Mavis, they were making love. They're gonna have another child, these two. So, and then she said, wait, then I don't feel sorry for them. When my son was born, the fourth one, my husband said we need to get a second helper. Mavis must focus on the kids, the other person must focus on the clinic. I went to Mavis, I said, okay, my husband said we must do this. What do you think? Mavis said, no, I'm not, I don't know, but Mavis said, I don't think it's necessary to get someone since these three are going to school and it's just waking up. I finish my work during the one. My son sleeps through and through. At night, maybe then there, but he sleeps for milk and then he sleeps. But he's not a crybaby. Not a crybaby at all. I think all my kids are like that when they're small until when they grow bigger, then they start being naughty, but not much. Also, would say, I'm leaving this house. Mina, you could come to my house and I could leave you with my kids for an hour and come back. You wouldn't even, you'd be just knowing there's noise because they like to fight, two of them fighting for what are we gonna watch? What are we gonna? But these kids, no, stop, yeah, and not with my kids. I don't know with the boy, but the girls well behaved. Because even Mavis would sleep with the other one. I said, stop sleeping with the child. When the child is 6 months, they are big enough to sleep by themselves. Because she's in Zimbabwe and the cousin doesn't want to tell us the right address of where we're gonna find Mavis. So yeah, but the cousin is arrested. You will not sleep with the baby, the woman. No, I don't sleep with the babies. They have their own bed, and even when Mavis is sleeping with them, it is. My kids are raised independently. They sleep with us in the room, but not in the bed. Even when they were but the one I was telling Mavis to stop sleeping with was over 6 months, and I said she needs to go to their kids' room now. She's big, because they already know how to sleep throughout the night. From 4 months, they know how to sleep throughout the night. And then until I told Mavis, we traveled with her. When I came back, I said, she might, and that one was too attached to Mavis, so she would wake up at night and go to her. But my problem was, why are you sharing a bed with the child? Because she's gonna be she was gonna be so attached. But we managed to break the bond, and the girl was independent. The girl didn't even ask where auntie is. Like, they never questioned much. Only the first one was asking. She said she's half Zambia and half Zimbabwe. I guess from where we are putting the thing on the top. That's when I realized we don't have a bedding. So I guess one of the heavy bags was bedding. And then in the kitchen, she walked in the kitchen, opened the cupboard that has the camera next to it, and then the camera was blocked. We could see her going this side, going that, but we don't know what she's doing in the kitchen. Maybe there was a lot of things that I had bought. Even with the clothes, guys, we're coming from December. There's a lot of clothes. I do lay by from September. I lay by for my kids because they go to crash. So I buy a lot of clothes for them. Someone say, hey, I don't have a vest. I go to Pep. I love Pep. I'd buy stuff. I'd buy. So I don't know if I don't think she stole like new things, because it took me time to realize. When she left Friday, she's going for an off. Okay, I'm calling her, and then I gave her 5,000. I was saving for her. I saved 2.4, and then I gave her 5,000 cash, and then I said the balance 1.4 I'm gonna send on e-wallet, or what must I do? She said, yeah, send e-wallet. And then she said, no, it's fine, you can do e-wallet. During the day on Saturday, I'm calling her to confirm if I can send her the money. Maybe, and then she's not picking. And then my husband called and said I must send money, I don't know to who, the e-wallet. So I was like, Mavis will call me then if she's under pressure. But I really want to send it. But anyway, she's not picking a call. Maybe she's not available, and maybe she's using the other money. So let me use this money for something else. I did that. Mavis never called, never asked for money. But in my mind, I'm thinking, I sent her the the money. Mavis, Sunday, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and then I'm like, hey, boo, Mavis, because I told her it's not safe since we are not in a complex and stuff. It's not safe for her to come at night. Yes, I understand it's summer, but I mean, 6:30 is fine. You can be back 6:30. But you don't know, you will never know, because they're always saying these things. Good, someone is gonna do as if they are dropping you. They're gonna say they are dropping you, and then they tell you to open the gates, and then Tina will open the gate, and Tina we're gonna blame you because you're gonna think maybe you planned this and you are also a victim. So to avoid those things, rather please, on a Sunday, ungabuye late. But for your safety, for our safety, for the kids' safety. And then we had an agreement. So manje 7:30, and then 8 o'clock. I said, Ibo Mavis, like it went one tick. I called the cousin. I asked him, what is happening? Did you hear anything from Mavis? Because she's still not back. She was like, oh, she's not back. Ibo Kanjan. And then she said, Mavis's cousin, Michelle, was shocked. And then she said, but she left. And I'm asking, please find out what time did she leave Clear Display. And I was like, guys, you need to find out from Uber, because if not, then maybe she's not safe. And then she was like, okay, ma'am, I'm gonna do that. And then she never got back to me. In the morning, she's sending me a voice note from someone from their family. Hi, Mavis went to the border. The thingy had expired, so they had to go to the border and stamp, and stuff like that. So I'm like, how? Why was she? Okay, anyway, okay, cool. She's gonna be there either Monday night or Tuesday morning. I was like, okay. So Mavis, then she never appeared on Tuesday. How, Mavis? What is going on? I'm going back to Michelle. Michelle can't think what is going on. Where's Mavis? And then, I will find out for you. Now, when we got the information, the conversation between them two, Mavis said September that she's done. She's leaving. She's tired. She misses her boyfriend. She misses freedom. The jail. She doesn't like to be in jail. So when the other conversation also, she's saying, today is nice. I'm waking up with a breakfast in bed. There's no auntie. So I was like, oh, as for Belisandota Snake Park. So she left for a man, because there's nothing much about the conversation. When we asked the lady, was it about the money? The sister's like, I don't know. But she said, yeah. I'm like, okay, but you guys did not say. Why was she not saying if it was the money? Because it makes sense. If someone is complaining, if someone is not happy, it makes sense to complain. There's nothing wrong. The cousin is arrested. So they questioned the cousin. The cousin was shaking here. It was going like this. But the girl was like, I'm not saying anything. When we left the police, I took the conversation, I sent to my husband for safety. Guess what? She deleted the message. And then she told the boyfriend that, they make me forward all the messages with Mavis. Some things are private. We are gossiping about her. How am I going to look at her again? Oh my God. And Velasham, they were gossiping about me. But I don't know. I don't care much about the things that they were saying. I'm not that person. Because we are all human, sometimes you do gossip. It is what it is. So then the message is saying, the cousin is saying, thank you for taking Mavis home safe. And in the thingy, we realize, we know the person, we have the number for the person who took Mavis. So now we're in the trace of that person, and the cousin is arrested. So Mavis, we haven't found her, but wherever she is, also because there's people who are here to check how far are we with Mavis. Yeah, boy. And yeah, she said, someone said to her, please just unblock Udora and apologize. And then she said, I'm not gonna do that. Why must I do that when she already went to the social media and posted me? And then they're saying, yeah, you know what the problem is? The thing is, Mavis, now we suspect right, and she's gonna commit suicide. Okay, so now I'm supposed to feel bad. Even a boy when buys on, and you guys, Mavis was a baby. Mavis was a baby. I thought she was a baby, can't she's a baby. My voice note, she's telling the friend, okay, please tell my boyfriend this one that I'm with you because I don't want to go with him to him today. I want to go to the other one. And another voice note, you know what, Mavis, let's leave this thing because you said we are trying things now and we are working things out. Now you are telling me about March. So I think Mavis was planning on dumping it. Okay, they dumped this guy December. Now they are fixing things January. Mavis is going to another boyfriend at home February. March, return to continue with another boyfriend. So, manje, because Nami and Papa put her on socials and now she's not coming back. But you know what, Mina, I must say, me and my family, we are fortunate enough to have enough stuff to not notice 100% what else is missing, right? Because she was very smart with whatever she's taking. Guys, I swear, even you, they could steal for you, you would never notice. If you have 15 plates, someone takes 3, and in the house you have 5, how are you going to notice that the other 3 is not there? If you have, there's a lot of things. She's smart. I realize she's smart. So the problem is not only, but the phone. The phone had a CCTV and she knew it. The problem is not only the things that she stole. Maybe, and yeah, on the messages she's saying, you mature, they call the other one mature, you mature, I have so much clients, they're calling me, I think I must come back and stalk more. She said no, she was stalking in Josie. I was like, okay, I'm part of Josie. I am not Josie because she took a lot of bags. And then she's saying there's stuff in demand. Yeah. Maybe still a lot of things. Some of the things we're going to find out more of them, but some of the things we've already discovered. Like the phone we discovered on Friday. That no, this phone is not here. I was the small streets. So, because, yeah, there was another lady that came to when Mavis went to do her passport, because I told her, you need to go home and do passport. You know, we travel with you. You know, you go out on thingy. We don't want you getting arrested. And, you know, just get a passport. And then she went home and got the passport. Did I take the copy? No. Am I a fool? Maybe for doing that. Yeah. It's too late. Judge me or not, it's too late. So I'm saying, wherever she's going, she needs to. I want her to know that she ruined herself. For if I was paying her small money, if I was rude to her, if we were not a good family for her, she could have walked out. Oh, if you're stealing, man, come on, steal a t-shirt, nyana, dress there for yourself. Or something, nyana, for your cousin. Why are you emptying the whole wardrobes now? Why are you doing that? Maybe. See? There's a grandmother who sent a voice note. Yo, you talk too much. She was too good to be true. It was a blessing. And Janika, my firstborn, is like, yo, you see this one? We thought we hit a jackpot. And then, but the jackpot hits us, ne? So, yeah, I think she played herself for a man. You know, when I was annoyed with her saying she needs freedom, she's tired of being in jail. When she offered to stay, to not go for an off now that I have a small baby. Or maybe it's when she's bored, she'll be like, yo, I'm not happy that all the kids are going to school. I get bored. I'm like, you get bored, there's work. She's like, I finish work around 12 and then I'm sitting and I'm doing nothing. I'm like, then it's your time to watch movies and get ready for... and okay, if it's not, and get ready for them to come back from school, and then they're gonna be needing food, preparing, and. So yeah, she was like okay like that with her job. She knew how to do her job and finish. But the last month, January, if you wear something today, you're gonna find it the second week because it's nowhere to be found. So I don't know if she was trying to check how much do we need this or whatnot. If voice note gogo eating. Sure, mature. Ngiyazwa bathi abelungu baMavis bafuna uMavis and they're gonna take you to jail. What happened? What happened? Because you mature, they call her mature, they call me Michelle mature. Mature, did they find, what did they say to you when we were questioning you? That time Michelle also stocks in. He say, hey, I heard they questioning you, the police are coming to you. Hey, what did you tell them? Mavis must make sure she's hiding where she is. How, Gogo? Hi, bo. Hi. Oh, Gogo. You and then Gogo then start praying. Nation. Henderamende Jehovah. Nderin hapana. Hendurin soze bamthole. Hendurin Jesu. Oh, simagade. How, Gogo? Gogo, you even invite God in this. Njani? I was like, I pray, but Gogo, he warrior, another warrior. Praying for your thoughts. But you understand, Sheb, your child is your child, no matter what they do. But I was like, oh, Gogo, is Gogo aware of what is going on, or she's just protecting Jay? Because I was considering myself a bad person for not taking wrong side. I don't take wrong people's side. It's not about who you are to me. And then I realized, no, man, people just take their family side. It's a unity thing. And we were not raised like that, Thank you. Hey, Gogo was benefiting a lot, I guess. Ulate, Mama, ulate. I think I'm going to update you guys on what's happening, like, with time. Other than that, let me show you guys this.
Okay, so honestly, sometimes it's better to just keep quiet than to come out and explain yourself into trouble, because I really feel like this is exactly what this lady did when she decided to come live and explain the situation around Mavis. Yes, she came out to say Mavis stole from her. Yes, stealing is wrong. Mavis needs to be held accountable for that, and most people online, they really wanted to know exactly what happened. There is no argument there because she was also trending, so most people, they would really want to know what happened. Did you treat her bad? Why did you steal from you? What is it that she took from your house? So most people, they really want to know. But from the moment you come out publicly and start explaining how you were employing someone without papers in the current state of South Africa, you also open yourself up to serious questions. You cannot tell me that you knowingly employed someone who was not legally allowed to work in South Africa for 3 years, then act shocked when things go left, especially in a country where so many South Africans are struggling to find jobs. Also, another thing is, it's not like Mavis is the only person that is employed here in South Africa without papers. But it's not everybody that comes out and say things like this, because at the end, by law, you're actually not allowed to do this because it can get you into trouble, especially if you knew from the beginning. It's not like she lied to you that she doesn't have papers. You knew that she doesn't have the papers. But anyway, now let's talk about the money, right? We are going to start there because I actually put this out on Facebook and people had a lot to say about this, because she was paying Mavis 4,500 and some people said that's fair because Mavis was staying in, didn't pay rent, didn't have transport cost, didn't have food cost. But let's break it down, right? Mavis was taking care of 4 children, or maybe we can say 3, because